Hey, I want to talk a little bit more about the prayer then, because I set my alarm clock to 11:11 twice a day in the
11,
a.m. and in
11.
the p.m.
Yeah.
and it always rings at 11:11. And I send out a prayer, some good intentions. I say thanks for the water and the food, and I do this every single day because I believe that setting out the intentions, whether it's through energy, through thoughts, through prayers, I believe it does have an effect on the environment. Whether not, God says, okay, yes, you can have that right now is a different story.
Yeah.
That's not why I do what I do,
Right.
but I do pray. I do set out these attentions every day. So I believe in prayer, just not the same way as other people believe in their prayers being answered.
You and I can agree about this right here. What you're describing to me in my vernacular isn't prayer. So I can agree with you 100%. Gratitude is a force. You're calling it prayer. You're thanking the creation. You're thanking God for the things you have, and you're thanking for a good day you're going to have tomorrow, whatever. And you're also projecting goodwill toward others and all that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that. Let's not confuse the two. All right. You're talking about a totally different phenomenon. I agree. Yes, that is a type of prayer. However, what I'm referring to, so we can be clear, is basically when you focus on something negative, which is what prayer causes you to do, the very admission that there is a negative reinforces that negative. The prayer of a desperate individual empowers the situation that desperate individual is worried about. There is an exchange of information. Prayers of people who are desperate for a change must actually create the informed field of acknowledgement that they are powerless to make the change themselves. That admission takes away from their immortality, neutralizes their ability to experience a different existence. They have given energy away from themselves, which is a divine spark, and given it to the collective. They have basically allowed negative default programming to come in and fill them instead of their own divine spark. Anything that is prayed in desperation, in fervor, there's emotion attached, is a complete admission that you do not have what you want, and it's an admission that you can't possibly get it without the agency of prayer. Those in the informed field context absolutely build for you the reality that you can't do it, and build for you because we got to understand our simulacrum that we're in is reflective. It's very reflective, and if you project that type of emotion into the holosphere, it's going to reflect that back as circumstances. You're basically knitting your own reality. This is what I talk about on my channel. Prayer is a feedback loop. Now, I should make a distinction between what you're talking about. Because what you're talking about to me is pure gratitude. That's a totally different phenomenon. It's a totally different force. I'm only talking about those individuals who are desperate to heal a disease, to save somebody's life. Those individuals who are tired of being broke their entire life, tired of being slave, dirt poor, and want to do something about it. And instead of actually using the energies within them to project a different reality, instead they admit the situation for what it is and thus continue it. Reality is a feedback loop. If you don't project what you want, you'll only get what you have. Because I tell people all the time, we never get what we want. We only receive what we are. Once you understand how frequencies and informed fields work, you will get it. This is why I tell people on my channel all the time, I've never had a lot of money. Probably never will. And I probably just wrote that into the script of my existence by saying that right now. But I don't care. Because I also tell everybody on my channel, it doesn't matter what I'm doing in my life. I got a lot of bills. It costs me well over $2,500 a month just to live, just to be able to pay for everything. But you know what? That's not a lot to some people. But for me, it doesn't matter how I'm living. I'll always have the money I need right when I need it. I never have a lot. I never have more. I live a frugal lifestyle, but I'm pretty happy. I got the things I want. But I don't go a month without paying my bills. Everything gets paid, and on time, and often before. It's because I've created the informed field that there is no need for want. provision is already there. I don't know where it's coming from. I have no idea, but I get it. Comes. Sometimes it comes in contracts because I'm a contractor. Sometimes it comes in bidding. Sometimes it comes from just an appreciative somebody who lives near me, knows about the archaics research, and just stops in on me and gives me something. Sometimes it comes in the mail. I get gifts in the mail from my subscribers, and a lot of times it comes in like PayPal donations. Comes in buying me coffees. I sell different things because I don't like Amazon. I don't like how they hyperinflate prices and all that, man, to sell my books. I want people to have access to the material. So I have removed a lot of my stuff from Amazon and put it on Gumroad so people can pay $2 or $3 or $4 instead of paying the 30, 40, 50 that they're going to have to buy to get paperback books and other venues. So shoot, sometimes, man, people just are altruistic. When they resonate with what your message is, their pocketbook doesn't matter to them anymore. So I only charge like $6 for one of my most best-selling Amazon books. I took it off Amazon. It's called Awaken the Immortal Within. And everything that I'm telling you right now is in this book. I have given a full blueprint of how you can basically change your entire life just by creating the informed fields and doing the very things I'm telling you in this video now. I only charge $6 for that book, and it's a Gumroad download. But people are so appreciative. After reading the book, they'll come back and pay me $100 for a $4 book I got on there. Yeah, see, this is the feedback loop we create. Once you identify that there is no need, reality will reciprocate and then create and knit for you the circumstances by which there isn't a need. There's no reason to worry about the future if the future is secure. And this is another concept I talk about on my Archaics channel, is that if the future is secure and you believe this, then all the steps necessary to that future have already been secured as well. And if you live your life like that, it's over with. There's nothing you're going to worry about. You're going to start doing the things that you want to do in life and not the things that you have to do.
So is that almost like the book The Secret that came out? Is that if you're, kind of the self-manifestation?
Fundamental differences. You'll have to read Awaken the Immortal to understand, because there is the creation of an informed field. Listen, the law of attraction is good at telling you and basically teaching you how to build a mental construct. All right. But then it goes a different direction in having you feel the feelings of having that construct and sending it out. And then basically doing nothing. The law of attraction has some differences. Informed fields require a physical activity that implies that what you've already thought that you want in the future already exists. There is a exchange of information between the informed mathematical construct that we're in and what the avatar physically does. Your avatar has to do something, and I explain all this in Awaken the Immortal Within. You can't just think things into existence. It doesn't work. You can't feel emotional about things into existence. It doesn't work. You can't do both of them in tandem thinking it's going to work, draw a vision board, put it up, and never do anything about it. It doesn't work that way, because you can build an informed field and then it's neutralized. It still exists. It's still in the holography around you, but there's no impetus. There's been no activity. This is one of the principal teachings of Jesus. If you remember, always, what did he say? What was one of the main things that Jesus was saying? Faith without works is dead. It's the works. It's the works that basically the church has removed from the equation. And this is why you have faith healers. You got all this weird concepts out there now, but they're all based on faith and feeling. And those are important for an informed field, but we build informed fields all the time. It's called fantasy. It's called daydreaming. But they never become anything. But they do become something. They become a blueprint for the things you want once your physical body actually commiserates. Once your physical body starts moving in the direction that you want, reality reciprocates and begins to knit for you the very circumstances that will unfold in the thing that you envision. It's just the way it is. Sport in the sports world, we see this happening all the time. We see a guy up to bat. We see, okay, so what is it? He's a professional. He's hit that ball many, many times, and many, many times he's been struck out. But we see the dynamic at force when a guy just finally decides, you know what, man, I'm not going to hit this ball. I'm going to put it way over here because I need my guy on first base to get the second. And if he can get the second, I know I can get the first because I'm going to put that ball straight over there. And these guys aren't that talented. They built an informed field, instantly acted on it, knew with emotion, already got excited right before that ball was coming. And reality doesn't need any time because time is absolutely illusory. It doesn't need any time. If you believe that time is necessary for the unfolding of for whatever you're trying to do in life, then you have knit that into your existence, and the unfolding of time will become necessary for you to receive whatever it is you're trying to knit for your life. Reality is going to reflect whatever phenomena back to you that you projected into it. That's the system I'm trying to convey to people. This is the system that works for me. I build an informed field with my mind and I imagine it, and it doesn't take but a couple seconds. Overthinking will kill anything. Don't do it. Build it up in your mind real quick, feel the feelings of having it, and then start doing it. Because while you're doing it, the reality tunnel itself to make that come into existence will instantly be knit. And it can be done in seconds. I did it when I was in prison, when I fought people. I imagined the outcome and then I lived through it. And people were just dumb. They were dumbstruck. Couldn't believe that another guy had been taken down so fast. It's like listen, you got to understand, the principles that apply to our existence are like a video game. It's just like Nike. Just do it. I released a video earlier today. Earlier today, I released a video, van vlog, and I'm really surprised that the direction of our conversation came here because these are the things I was talking about in that video. It's only 1 hour, but I had to take a trip. And I had to take a trip, and I was in my van, so I did a van vlog. And this is the very subject matter I was discussing in that van vlog. Yeah, crazy.
That's amazing. Putting it out into, the existence, and it just kind of happened. So was Jesus here in the physical?
There are many theories about that. One of them is Apollonius of Tyana is the real Jesus. And I have a tendency of believing that. But I do believe 100% that there was some holy man, some prophet, somebody. He could have been the benefactor himself, and I'm leaning toward that as well. All the dressings that were attached to it is where I have a problem. I don't have a problem with the story of Jesus and the spiritual teachings and all that, but it's all the cultural and all the mythological and miracle attachments that I have issues with, because if you're truly an immortal spirit, you don't need anything in the physical world to save you. That's the negative default programming trying to convince you that you're a physical being when you're not. A truly physical race of beings would require a truly physical benefactor, a truly physical creator. So this whole mythos was designed, and it's basically to perpetuate the idea that you're a physical being. Well, I'm sorry, Jesse, I'm not going to believe that. You can hold to that position, but I know better. I know that when I'm dealing with Jesse Howe, I'm dealing with a divine personality who has basically had a memory wipe. And I know that while you're looking at me right now, I'm looking at an avatar, and you're looking at my avatar. But these are not accurate reflections of the personalities within. These are just flesh suits. These are just husks. That's all they are. The religions of the world have attached significance to this avatar. True spiritual beings don't need the avatar. It's just a vehicle by which we experience all and we learn all this in this beautiful holography. To the collective, the avatar is everything, because it is it's basically a microcosm. It's a microcosm to the macrocosm of the whole collective. So it's important to the collective. It's important to the simulacrum that you believe that you are a body, but you're not. You are an immortal living through many experiences in the avatar of basically a human. And that's all. It's as simple as that. When you identify yourself as your avatar, you are participating in the belief systems of the collective. When you basically live your life as a truly independent, free-thinking spiritual being, which is most truthers are as they search for the truth, the avatar becomes less and less important. It becomes more and more utilitarian. And you start to realize, okay, well, this body, if this is all just a body, then I don't have to worry really what happens to the body. When you stop worrying about what will injure or hurt or contaminate your avatar, you actually strengthen it because you create that in your informed field. When you quit worrying about what you've ingested and what the media has told you is poisoning you and what the truther community tells you not to eat this, because this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, listen, the truther community has been absolutely infiltrated with agents that are nothing but constructs of negative default programming. And they get these enlightened souls dark again by getting them to vibrate on that frequency. Artificial Intelligence X does not care what you believe. All it wants you to do is believe in something that's attached to negativity, and it's got you. It doesn't matter what, there's 10,000 different things to fear. All you have to do is fear one of them, and it's got you. And you will wake up in the morning thinking about that. By thinking about that, you empower that informed field, and you take away from the divine essence that you really are. It's really simple, the concepts that I put out. People really complicate them by trying to attach too many things to what I teach as opposed to what I'm actually conveying. It's really simple.
Now,